I'm a clown fairy sleeping monster thingy. Hello YouTube, this is Pikachu Game Master. Today, I'm doing something different. I'm going to be reviewing a game for the Wii. Now I'm going to go pick off the game off the rack and I'll review it. I'll go get up now. Which one shall I do? Let's do this one. Okay. Now this game, PPG has said is one of the worst Wii games all time. And he did not really know what he was doing with this. So I'm gonna go pop this thing in. Okay, first thing I have to say about this game is the title screen. That was kind of cool. And this thing is actually kind of organized too. And then you can really click play now, but I don't know why it's big. And also, you can even see the 4 colors of the teams. And plus, too, you can create your own penguins and even play as guest penguins. And if you want to create a penguin, you can also create or download it from your Club Penguin account. But sadly, Club Penguin is now shut down as of now. So to create your penguin, you can choose your favorite color. You can even give it your name. There, I think that should be the perfect name. Now, let's go party. First thing to note, there's 3 modes. There's story mode, tournament mode, and quick play. But we're going to take a look at quick play first and all of its minigames. Now you can choose between free-for-all and 2v2. And we're going to pick free-for-all for now. And you get to pick one of the 4 teams. I'm going to pick green, of course. First game we'll take a look at is Sled and Slide. And there's 3 difficulties for each game. Now, I'm not going to go into too much detail of each game, so I'll tell you what they are one by one. Sled and Slide. Now, this game is just a teamwork game where all 4 players on the same team must compete, work together to finish the race. And you might recognize the sled from one of the PSA missions. Pretty cool. Next game, Sumo Smash. This game is kind of like King of the Hill. You knock off your opponents to get points. You can even charge. I wonder what that would be like in real life. Anyways, next we have is Dance Off. This game is cool because it's kind of like Just Dance. But except the pictures on the very bottom of the screen actually do something. Unlike Just Dance, they just are still images. You have to figure out what they mean. But this one's better. And the more combos you get, the more points you get. Let's move on and see what the next game is. Fast Freeze. This game's kind of like red light, green light. But except, it's a lot of harder difficulties there with ice. But be careful, you might fall. And also some other hard difficulties, you might need some famous penguins, like that's Rookie on the bottom, and the other one, the hard difficulty, is actually Cadence. Next one is Puffle Panel, and you might recognize this game from the carnival. This game really much involves you bouncing puffles in the air, but if you let your own color fall, you have to be penalized. What's the punishment? I'll show you, if I can. Just keep my puffle down. Yeah! You won't be able to use your paddle until your puffles respawn. So that could cost you a lot. Next one is Feed a Puffle, also from the carnival. This game involves you feeding puffles, but if you feed specific color puffles, well, further in the game, there will be other colors of puffles. See, this is a red one. This actually gives you power-ups. Other puffles can give you even more points. And there's a white puffle that can give you, like, tons of points. But beware, you have to refill. Next we have is Goal. This game involves you scoring points. But if you score into a 1-point goal, they lose a point and you gain a point, which is basically like stealing a point. This game is very challenging for beginners, and especially for me. But luckily you can charge it. Next! This game involves you using the Wii remote facing vertically and throwing snowballs at each other. And there's a white puffle, like puffle power-up, that can make you throw rapidly. Next we have is Jackhammer. Now this game is my favorite because you get to draw a line. Yay! And personally, I like to draw sometimes. And sometimes even make my own board games, which is kind of cool. But the better you draw on the lines, the more points you get. Sometimes you might even get a yellow puffle, which can help you draw on the lines even better. And you can knock your opponents out of the way, of course. Let's see what's next. Next game we have is Rolling Riot. This game involves you building a gigantic snowball. The person with the biggest snowball wins. Pretty simple enough. Let's see what's next. Next game is Beam Balance. Now the controls for this game is weird, because you might have to hold the bottom in your palm, but sometimes you might switch to the umbrella from WarioWare. It's just, why would they think of doing this? Plus to make it even more awkward, you have to tilt it forward to go forward even more. And you even have to shake it just to go back. Now seriously, who wants to hold a Wii remote like this? It is so uncomfortable. It could probably hurt your hand if you play for a few hours. You pretty much are good off switching to like this. Seriously, you could have just drawn a picture of holding a Wii remote, someone holding a Wii remote like this. What were you thinking? Anyways, let's see what's next. And our final game is Jamba Jump. This game is kind of like Potato Hop. This involves you winning the race in just 2 laps. The first person to make it around 2 laps wins. Also, there's power-ups. Like if you're first, you'll get slowed down by carrying heavy irons. Yay! Next mode we have is Tournament Mode. As you saw right there, 4 random minigames will be selected. And after the 4 minigames, you win. That's it. But also, if you don't like the options, you can reshuffle them. Sounds simple? Let's go take a look at Story Mode. So, for Club Penguin Game Day, in Story Mode, you get to pick your team. But note, you can actually play as all 4 teams, but you don't have to play them in any order. You can even play as a green team and switch to a blue team all of a sudden without even beating green team. But for now, let's pick green team. So this is how it works. To move, you actually go around like this. This is kind of a little awkward, but once you get used to it, then you're totally fine. So, how it works is basically each team has their own base. Basically, if you pick green team, you have the town. If you pick the dock, you have blue, your blue team, yellow for the beach, and red for the snow forts. So how this works is with the arrows, that means you are allowed to conquer that zone. And this is where things actually PPG and Jeff get confused with things. They thought you might have to speak with Jeff the ref. Of course, since Jeff was already in there, they confused it with Jeff himself. Sorry if I clicked on my penguin, but also you can customize your penguin. And so what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to talk to him, and you can ask for a little bit more and give it a shot. So how you conquer these is you have to actually get through each minigame. You have to get through 4 of each minigame and complete the goals. After the goals, you get to play a secret minigame. Each single island has a secret minigame, and I'll show you blue teams, and I won't get through all of it. You'll have do a challenge to actually conquer the area. It's not just playing 4 minigames, you actually have to conquer the area. Each zone is different from each other. Blue is just playing a design. To conquer the red team, you face them in a snowball battle. All you have to do is just knock them out. Take this! Simple enough. This game involves you memorizing Jeff the ref's faces. If you do it 3 times, you win. It's an easy game, but this is how you actually reconquer green. As you can see, there's yellow things in the background. Yellow team's challenge is cool because you carve an ice block into a sculpture. It's kind of cool, actually. Let's see what's next. This challenge actually depends on which team you are on. If you're on Green's team, you actually get to go on a scavenger hunt look for silly items. You can pick up bunny slippers, you can pick up a clown afro, or a clown wig, my bad. And you can even use the map. Very cool. Let's see what the last zone is. Yeah, I forgot to mention one little thing. Blue's is actually a target. You shoot targets, red's is to build this gigantic snowball, and yellow's just copy what Jeff the ref is doing. Now we'll take a look at the last zone. This challenge also depends on what team you're on. Green and yellow are for dancing, which is kind of tough if you ask me. But red is you get to make a snow cone. And for blue, you just blow up a giant balloon. After that, you get to watch a glorious cutscene. Let's watch. What most people might not know is you can go to the town and there's a catalog. Pretty cool. You can buy colors, clothes, all teams. You can buy the referee suit and medal. And when you even conquered the island, you can get some backgrounds. One cool part about story mode is you can have multiplayer. Come in, my friend.
Hey, what's up?
Let's go play Club Penguin Game Day. What's also cool about each mini game is you can put advantages on yourself. So it's kind of useless if you ask me, but it's useful for it's useful for the hard games. The cool part about this game is you get to transfer your data onto your penguin. But sadly, with this thing, it no longer works. And as of this video, Club Penguin has shut down. As you can see, when a thing pops up when you try to even do it. And as you can see right here, it doesn't work even if Club Penguin shut down. It won't even work. Overall, after playing this game, I feel like this game it's a little fun. So, I have to rate this game, and I rate this game 7 out of 10. Sure, it's short, and there's not enough mini games, but it's still fun. Like, you probably could get fun with even the most challenges, with the advantages and stuff. Overall, if you're a huge fan of Club Penguin, or just happen to play Club Penguin, I recommend you pick this up. But also, you can even play with a friend. So, this game is multiplayer for sure. That's all I have for today. Bye now.